guitar, Tom, because I'm often seen with the guitar. They call me on the phone. They ask me, they say, hey, what's your show about anyway? I say, well, it's about an hour, and it's about guitars, guitar playing, guitarists, and all things guitaristic. So here's the thing. If you want to call me on the phone and ask me a question about how to play the guitar, the care and feeding of your guitar, what kind of guitar is right for you, call us. We're here for you. If you want to talk about the guitarrons, cithara, sitar, lute, oud, vihuela, banjos, balakas, bazookas, bajos, sextos, tiples, cavaquinhos, ukuleles. If you want to talk about the, I don't know, pipe organs, piccolos, ocarinas, accordions, trombones or trombomarinas. You want to talk about cornetos, cornets, clavinets, clavichords, clavinovas. If you want to talk about saxophones, sackbuts. Okay, we've been through all this. Okay, if you want to talk about politics, world events, your own personality problems, that's fine, but keep it clean. This is a family program. All right. So, in a little while, I have some young people who are going to come on the show, and get to be stars, but of course, I have to make them, wait in the lobby for a while and get nervous. You see, that's what we do here, so they can build a callus around their heart and no longer be nervous later on in life. So I'm going to play a little something. What do you figure? Blues, a little blues, maybe. So what I want to know is who wants to go first out of there? Who wants to be the first one on TV? That's what I want. I've got those people in the lobby, you know, and I don't know who wants to go first. Because, I've already gone first, so who wants to go second? Well, that's, Skopinski could grab somebody and drag him in. That wouldn't be right, though. It has to be a voluntary. Voluntary. Who wants to be a victim, or who wants to be the first victim? Yeah, we're gonna have one guy in first, and the next guy. They're gonna both play together at the end. Who's gonna go? We got. Who wants to go between the two of you? Who wants to go first? Or you want to go together first? Or I got two brothers here. The first time, because I've got a whole bunch of stuff to play with this guy here. But,
Well, how about if we seat them both, and you could do your.
Yeah, we'll seat them both, and then we can work on the sound and everything. And are you in tune at all?
Yeah, I tune.
How about your brother? You tuned him too? Yeah. These guys are. Now I don't know.
They even came with their own stands.
Yeah. How many do you need?
For each of us.
One for each. Okay, they're gonna do whatever they're gonna. I guess they're gonna play something. Which should I play? But they play with musical chairs, isn't it like? I don't know. But while they're working on that, I don't know if I should mention this. I knew somebody who was a big animal rights activist, and she was very upset about Pop Goes the Weasel because she thought it was a monkey was abusing a weasel. And actually, it wasn't about a real monkey or a weasel. It was actually a weaving thing because they have a monkey and a weasel. They're like parts of a loom. So all around the mulberry bush, the monkey chases the weasel. Pop goes the weasel. See, it was actually, there were no actual animals were harmed in the creation of that song. Was actually, they nicknamed parts of a loom after these animals, and they would, I don't know. Does that make any sense? Should I have kept that one to myself? You guys want to play together? Okay. You want my help, or you want to play by yourselves?
Yeah.
Can you get that microphone so they can both kind of like, you could lend him Bob's mic for 1 minute.
Actually, if you could get up off, just lift up off the chair. It's caught under the chair. So
We're working on staging. The guys who go first, they're the ones that get the worst of it. Yeah. Point that at this guy here, and point that at that guy there. And just get that down there. Okay. So, what do you want to tell them who you guys? Tell them who you are. Oh, Jonathan and Matthew. Okay. This is Jonathan. That's Matthew. Wow. Okay. Oh. Yeah, okay. Well, after you. I'm just going to... Go ahead.
Should I do a beats for nothing?
Yeah, you give him 2 measures for nothing. He knows what he's doing.
microphone.
Yeah. What's time to talk? Go ahead. All right. Okay. That's the first time you guys have ever played together in public, right? Yeah. I used to play with my brother when I was a kid, so he was, yeah. Okay. Very good. All right. So that is these two of us. If we can put that stand over here. Maybe we can get that mic a little closer to his guitar. Does it sound pretty good, or what do you think?
How was the sound on the guitars?
Yeah. All right, we'll play this together, aren't we? Yeah. Put it at the hole. There we go. How's that, huh? You ready? I'm ready. Tell me you are.
1, 2, 3, go.
That's very good. That's very good. That's very good. That was a classical guitar piece. Now you can have your mic back if you want, Bob. We don't need it anymore at all. It'll be kind of blocks this shot. There we go. There we go. So, oh, you're on your own on this one. That's very good. That's very good for you. Good for you. That was a Moorish dance from a classical guitar method book that we use. And so now, Jonathan, you've been doing the classical for a while. You were doing folk before. Which one do you like better? Do you think, if you had to choose?
Classic.
You like the classical better? Why?
It's prettier.
Yeah. It's just better. That's why it's classical, right? Yeah.
People flying everywhere.
We have a little group that we've started up again, some of us here in town, the Iowa City Classical Guitar Society, which has lain dormant for at least 10 years now, and maybe more than that, boy. And Jonathan played, was last month on April 28th. We're going to meet again on July 28th, and I hope you'll be there to play some more. But he's just rather new to classical guitar. We've been doing folk for a while. And, we've never done rock and roll, have we? Sadly, not. Okay. Not really a rocker guy. You have to have weird hair to be a rock and roller, I think. So, I'm sorry. We played this one before a couple times. This is the Rainbow Connection from the Muppet movie. And it's opening scene. There's a little frog, Kermit the Frog sitting on a lily pad with a banjo playing this song because he was a frog who dared to dream about a career in show business. So if it's good enough for Kermit, I'll have you know, because of you, I learned this song. Because we did play this together, so I made up my own little arrangement of it. And I played it the other night at the Tuscan Moon in my gig, and the owner, the boss lady, Paula, she loved that because when this movie came out, her kids were little. And they're all grown up now, of course, and she's a grandma, but without violating her confidence. But they watched the movie, and she loved this song. So because of you, I made my boss happy, because it's all your fault that I know this song now. So, oh, I'm sorry. I've had enough talking now. We'll just play. All right. Good job. It's a brave man that goes on first, so good for you. All right, I give you gold star. I gave you a gold star, didn't I, once? Like last week? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I give you a medal, but I don't have any medals. And give you a...
Say that song made your boss happy. Is that your boss on Saturday evenings?
That's my boss on Saturday evenings, but I'm on Fridays again, I think, unless it rains.
This is the Tuscan Moon.
At Tuscan Moon, yeah.
Beautiful downtown Kelowna.
Beautiful downtown Kelowna, right next to the bakery. You can smell the cinnamon rolls.
6:30ish to 9:30ish.
Yeah, I played till 10 on Saturday night, but yeah, it's quite a party.
So if our viewers want to see you live and in person,
That's right, that's where I'll be. I'll be at the Tuscan Moon in Kelowna, Friday and Saturday night. I'm supposed to be there at 6, but I'll be late. But I'll play late. So my advice is, if you want to hear me come a little, don't come at 6, but don't come at 5:30.
where can they see you live next Tuesday night?
Next Tuesday night, they can see me live upstairs. I'm moving upstairs. No, I'm not going to heaven. I'm going...
Go remote at the corner of South Dubuque and Lafayette.
Yes, we're going to go up to the Uptown Bill's Coffee House upstairs. We're going to have a live show, and Bob's going to read for us. I think Skopinski might. You going to read for us at the show next?
Absolutely.
Okay, Skopinski's going to read for us, and you can go now. You're done, aren't you? Yeah, I'll see you later.
How
'Cause-
quickly fame becomes the rate
Yeah,
or the spotlight.
that's right. He's
Thank you so much.
he's out of the spotlight now. He did a good job. He did a really good job.
Very Thank you.
I like that Kermit song there, the Rainbow Connection. Now we're going to rock. I guess we won't need that chair anymore either. There, if it's a bird to anybody, but
And I think he wants the music stand.
you'll need a music stand. Yeah. All right. There we go. Hey, your name's up there. It's over me. I'm not sure how he is, but they knew that. So make sure we get a good angle on this guy. And
So, do you want the amp then?
I suppose I don't think we're gonna have too much trouble hearing him, but we could get closer, I suppose.
Just for a second.
Yeah. Okay. So just switch that thing on there. Why don't you? Somebody can switch it on. I can. Pow! All right, we're gonna rock. We're actually gonna rock on. We're gonna play Havana Gila, aren't we? Or we're gonna play. Yeah, want to play the Bach first?
Rock and roll. I always think Havana Gila.
I wasn't gonna do it.
Okay, we're just gonna play. We're gonna rock out on Havana Gila. So I like this song. It's really lively. You ready to rock? All right. We're going to count to 4.
1, 2. Yeah, all right. That's it. That's telling it.
Neither one of us are an Israeli, but it's a fun tune. I mean, you know. You know what I-
It's a European too, anyway.
Is it? I don't know. It's a circle dance.
Yiddish?
It's Yiddish. Is it Yiddish?
I would imagine.
That's
That'd be
an,
something to look up for next show.
yeah, we should look it up. I think I think the lyrics are in Hebrew that I've seen it, but I don't know. I played a wedding actually, and it was one of those well, it's kind of American gumbo type weddings, and I guess the grandmother was Jewish, and everybody else was not, but she was, she had everybody dancing the Hava Nagila because they said she was an older woman and she had an accent, and from the old country or something. Now that amp tends to, that mic sinks, it has to be tightened down pretty well.
How's that?
Pretty good. And also sometimes the foot has to be kind of like parallel with the mic, the boom, because sometimes it falls over too. But you know what I mean. Yeah. Anyway. Anyway.
Got it. Okay.
So so this woman got all this older grandma got everybody dancing I played Hava Nagila and a couple other ones there at the.
It's from a Ukrainian folk dance.
It's from a Ukrainian folk dance. Ah. All right. It's a small world after. Okay. Oh yeah. Hey. Pranav, how are you doing?
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Look, your name's up there in lights there. You've been on the show before, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not like nervous or anything anymore, are you?
No.
You're just completely used to it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, he's been on the show so many times. He's a veteran, and star of stage and screen. Okay. Well, you're playing with Karkasi.
Yeah. Opus 60, number 4.
That's exactly it. All right. You put some work into that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
You've been practicing, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He's a classical guitarist. This guy. He's not really a rocker. You can. I wouldn't want to say you're a little nerdy, but that's not actually an insult, is it?
No.
You like nerds, don't you?
Yeah.
You kind of are a nerd, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like play chess and belong to the math club and play classical guitar. Yeah, you might be a nerd. Okay, well, good for you. We need more nerds in the world. That's great. So we're gonna play a couple things together, I think, was the plan, wasn't it? I brought the wrong guitar, but you don't mind, do you?
No.
All right. It's a jazz guitar, but I'll try to make it sound more like a classical guitar. All right, let's play this. This is an old anonymous song. Nobody knows who wrote it. Some people say that Fernando Sor wrote it he was like the early 19th century. Some people say Narciso Yepes wrote it in the mid 20th century, and nobody knows. But it's so popular, everybody wants to claim credit for it. I know, I'll say I wrote it, even though it was recorded well before I was born. But
That way when you put it on YouTube, when they try to take it off, you can say, I wrote it.
that's right. Yeah. They do that to me, They took my Malagueño off. All 3 versions. Even my ukulele version. Anyway, sorry. Here, I'm talking my personal bitterness when I should be playing this song with this guy here. Excuse me. Yeah. That's not easy, is it? That's probably the most physically demanding thing you've played yet.
Lots of bar cards.
Yeah, yeah. You have to have a good grip for that one. Anyway, people want to know what kind of exercise they should use to strengthen their hands so they can play guitar. My advice is play more guitar. But anyway, oh yeah. So this is another classic. This is one that if you go to guitar school, everybody will know this one. This is a study in B minor, Fernando Sor, or better known as Sor B minor. And it's not Sor like an S-O-R-E, but S-O-R is a guy named Fernando Sor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. But you will be sore after you play it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's go for it. Okay. Yeah, all right, very good. Good job, that was wonderful. I'll make you get up and play again, many times. Anyway, he's good. He's a really well-seasoned performer. Oh yeah, the next performer is somebody will be her first time. Aha. I'd ask if you were nervous, but that's bad luck, so I won't say it. Yeah, you're cool as can be. Can I just see if you're in tune? I wonder if I can play two guitars at once.
Actors say break a leg, the guitar pickers say break a thumb.
I say break a nail, but that's. All right. This is Josie. So this is your first time performing guitar in public, isn't it? You weren't even around for the Christmas show, were you? This is it, huh? How do you feel? You all right? You're fine, aren't you? Yeah. Anyway, we'll play a song together, and we'll get you on a bunch more times in the future, and we'll expect great things. We have a winter concert, in December every year, and then by that time you'll be a seasoned professional, and we'll put you on. We'll play Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or something, but for now, we're going to play Orly. Okay, what about, let me give you a couple measures of chords? You come in. I'll go turn down a little bit here. That was great. There was no fault. That was wonderful. Want to play something else since you're here? This is Wordman Blues. This is like bluegrass. Yeah. I wish I brought my banjo, but there's a joke in there. It's like, I'll be the only one who wishes I'd brought my banjo. But a gentleman is somebody who knows how to play the banjo, but chooses not to. But I'm sorry. Okay. You get the first note. Go ahead, let's play it again. Right. Very good. That's great. Want to play something else since you're here? I don't know. We play the Ode to Joy. You know, I had somebody, they couldn't make it. There's somebody supposed to play the Ode to Joy with me, but they couldn't make it. Well, never mind. You can play it if you want. You want to play it with me?
Sure.
Or Beethoven? You didn't think I was going to make you do this much, did you? But we got plenty of time. Some people, there's another family who's going to come, but they couldn't make it, so we have, you know. So that means you have to do more than you expected. So do I, so, okay. Great. Okay. For you. It's by Beethoven. You got a couple good songs out. Okay. Well, you just start. How long have you been playing guitar now?
I don't know.
Yeah, months. So, yeah. Okay. Has it been okay for you so far? You had a good time, or you like it?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep working on Elvis and the rest of the classics.
Good. Well, Orleans also "Love Me Tender." Love me tender. Do you know who Elvis was? We talked about that before, didn't we? You know who Elvis was, right?
That ran on Cable Cup here a week or two ago.
The one with the movie?
Tender.
Love Me Tender. That's I haven't seen that in a long time.
20 minutes left.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you're done, unless you want to hang around. But now you can go if you want. I guess the rest of it's all up to me. But good job there. That's Josie, young guitarist, just starting out in the career. But that's what we do. Get the younger people up here because, you know, someday I'll be too old to do it. And it'll be up to her. It'll be Josie's guitar show.
Yeah, we saw a nice end of the spectrum in Pranoff, who every time he comes plays more difficult and challenging pieces.
Yeah.
And then we have a debut tonight, and we'll see how she blossoms over the years too.
That's right. She's just starting out. Pranoff's been with me for a while now, for some years now. Quite a
Fourth or fifth time we've had him here, huh?
yeah, at least I think. Yeah. But he was a serious classical guitar student, and
Well, even that first piece, there was a lot of going up and down.
oh yeah. I forget. I don't know it.
There you go.
I don't even know it. Well, actually, in my defense, I would say that I can read it, and I've played it with him before, but I have to have it in front of me because I haven't. It wasn't my lesson, but yeah, no, that's a difficult piece. It's a hard one to do well, and he obviously worked really hard to get it together for this, and he played it well. So, say good.
Well, and I think it's important too, when a performer does get off a little bit, to be able to recover, to know what the next important chord is, and he
Right.
did that well. So he
Yeah.
stayed ahead of the game.
Yeah.
It's part of the performance.
He's getting well seasoned, and I think, and then of course young Jonathan, who was here when he played with his brother, the older of the two boys, he started. He played a couple of classical guitar pieces, and he's just on that cusp in his career where he's beginning to play some of the Italian masters. I call them the dead Italians, and because he's got a Carulli piece coming right up now, and that's where he gets started. And there was a time when Pranav was there, and so he's the next wave coming. So. It's exciting, these young fellas, and also the ones that they don't, in your normal life you wouldn't know about classical guitar music or even classical music in general. You might be exposed to a little bit in school or something in a music class, but you wouldn't really be exposed to it in general. And then if you begin playing it, then it opens your ear up to a lot more stuff. And because I know the uneducated ear, I mean, like I could be hanging around with somebody who will hear like a Bach piece, and then hear Beethoven and not really know any difference between the two or something, or even something more radical than that. But like something like Bach was very Baroque and everything, and then Beethoven, who was, I guess, in the classic era, but basically the beginning of the Romantic era, big bombastic boom boom stuff, a very different sort of cerebral thing. They wouldn't know the difference, because it's just like think I can't decipher it. Just like I suppose some music from another continent, you wouldn't, maybe some of us wouldn't be able to share like northern or southern Indian music, if you didn't know, there's a huge difference, So. But I think just playing music really develops the mind quite a bit. So
Absolutely, and gets you beyond that point. I'm sure you recoil in agony when you hear people say, "Oh, I love classical music. It's so relaxing."
Yeah, right.
Really, the Rite of Spring is relaxing. Beethoven's Fifth Symphony is relaxing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Ages you go to
Boom, 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 boom. When I was a kid, I was like, marching around the living room, and I grew up listening to classical music. I mean, we didn't. I guess we had a Simon and Garfunkel record, and we had a Mason Williams record, which isn't exactly pop, and classical gas and Baroque Nova and everything like that. But mostly we had, as a little kid, I used to listen to Wagner, and we had the record set. I put the needle on the Ride of the Valkyries, and I was imagining actually a ship in the ocean with the like the waves crashing on the bow of a ship is what I was imagining when I was 6 or so, whatever I was, and then.
It engages, it excites, it
Right.
makes you vibrate at a higher frequency.
That's what I thought.
That sounds similar to when I was a kid. I had my mother gave me a conduct your own orchestra record and had different classical acts, and I got really fixated on, well, not fixated, but I enjoyed listening to the slow movement. It had the slow movement from Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. So a subsequent birthday, since I was getting so interested in music, I got a recording of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. It was Bernstein conducting the New York Philharmonic. I knew the first movement, the famous dun 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 dun, and then the second movement, which I knew from that record, and I would play that over and over again. And then one day I said, well, what's on side 2? So I flipped it over, and I heard the third and fourth movements for the first time. And I got so carried away, I was conducting like crazy, and I actually had my little record player on my bed, which I shouldn't have had it. And I'm conducting away, and my mother comes in to announce that supper is ready, and she knocked on the door, and she startled me. I jumped. It kind of banged the phonograph, the record player, and I put a big scratch on this side 2. But it didn't bother me because that was the first time I was hearing the third and fourth movement of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. It was just thrilling. So, oops.
Well, we're talking about our boyhood when we used to have analog records, big brown ones.
LPs, big round ones. Vinyl.
Yeah, vinyl. Yeah.
But nothing beats the cover, as far as cover art goes. Nothing beats an LP recording. You have plenty of room to put a lot of interesting things.
One big square. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, good show tonight. Yeah, I enjoyed all the talent.
Those were the days, my friend. Well, it's all anticlimactic. I was telling people.
Now that the young lady's mastered orally, you should add O Sole Mio to her.
That's right. I have the music at home. There's a guy actually who's I've been working on it with a guy who's he hasn't actually been in the show before, but he's in college. I guess he was in the Army for 5 years, active duty, went to Afghanistan, but now he's back going to college, and I think he probably is just about to leave or just left for Italy for 6 weeks. And our project is to have him be able to play and sing O Sole Mio and sing it in Italian. So, which is not as easy as you might think. He's been listening to Pavarotti, but...
You mentioned Wagner earlier. Our old pro in the control room, Phil, is a big Wagner fan. He always tells us Wagner's music isn't as bad as it sounds.
That's right, yeah. Well, there is some good Wagner, or I don't know. I like actually what the Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd did a Wagner thing. And, oh, Brunhilde, you're so lovely. And there's a Bugs Bunny dressed as a woman. Yes, I know it, I can't help it. Oh, Brunhilde, be my wife. I'm going to kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit.
Yeah, you haven't heard the classics since you hear him on Looney Tunes.
That's right, that's right. We have a... think it sounds all right, but I had well, what I'm babbling about is I played this party Sunday, and I had this setup what I have now, which is I have a little amplifier in the floor, a little Roland Microcube, and then I have this Boss loop station. I guess Boss and Roland are the same company or whatever. And so the looper runs on a 9-volt battery, and the amp runs on 6 AA batteries. So I'm not plugged in. I'm plugged into my little amp, but I'm not. I don't have to plug into the
How
wall.
long will it play on 6 AA's?
I don't know. I brought an extra set of batteries. I have a set of batteries, a 9-volt and 6 AA's in my case. I've had the amp. I've been playing the amp for a long time on the 6 AA's, and I thought I'd probably have to change them. I was going to change them before the gig, but I was kind of rushed, and I figured, well, maybe if I run out of, I can take a real quick break and change the batteries if I have to. But I didn't. I also noticed that at home I had it plugged into the wall. I used it for lessons and stuff, but the plug came out, the adapter in the back of the amp, so it was actually in the phone. It was actually in the
Running on the batteries.
running on the batteries, just sitting there, for a couple hours. And I played a 3-hour gig, and still,
That's pretty good.
it's pretty efficient. Let's see, hang on here. Hello, you're on Tom's Guitar Show.
Hi, I have a question for you.
Sure.
What would be easier to learn on? Would it be like a electric bass guitar, or just a regular electric guitar, or an acoustic guitar with no, amplifier or anything?
Oh boy, that's a really there are a lot of factors. Depends on what you want to learn how to play.
Okay.
I'd say electric guitar is the easiest to play as far as pushing the strings down. If you want to play bass guitar, the most basic, if you pardon the pun, bass playing is easier than the most basic guitar playing. But if you want to be a good bass player, you have to be a really good musician.
Okay.
So probably, if I were going to just I'd probably just get an acoustic guitar and use that, and then decide
up
later.
from there
But if you
or
want to be a
whatever.
bass player, you have to be in a band or something. It just doesn't sound the same.
Okay.
If you don't, because you're an ensemble player, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah. But get an acoustic and work with that for a few years, and then decide who you are.
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck.
Bye.
Well, there's another thing I was going to say that somebody called weeks ago, and he was talking about putting a capo on a bass guitar, and I'd never heard of such a thing, and I did some research, and I've discovered that there's a thing called what's called piccolo bass, which is when you can use a standard size bass, or maybe better use a short scale bass, and then you put strings on it to make it an octave higher. So it's basically a bass guitar, but with these notes on it, and then Stanley Clark, with an E on the end of the Clark, he was I don't know if he invented that, but he was into it. There's also so that's an octave higher than a bass guitar. There's also tenor bass, which seems like a contradiction.
It's self-contradiction.
It is. A tenor bass is a bass that's like having a capo on it. So it's like only an octave lower, and they're very interesting. I actually. So I don't know if the guy with the capo on the bass is watching, but there is some precedent for that, and you can look at piccolo bass, piccolo, Piccolo, piccolo bass, or tenor bass, and just Google it, and look for video clips. Some guy, I think it's a Danish bassist, who was doing a demo of it, and he had actually a short scale, kind of a cheap bass, but he had the piccolo bass strings on it, and what he was doing was really cool. And then one of the comments was on the video was, you could do that on a guitar, and he says, yes, but it's better on the bass. So I don't know, but because he's playing like a bass player, he's being a bass player on this small, high-pitched piccolo bass, which is also a contradiction. Anyway, I thought it sounded really cool, and I was into it. Now I want to get one. You get that a small bass.
There's something you don't have yet.
Yeah, I don't have that yet, so I could do that. But actually, I got a bass for a student of mine once. It was like $139 or something, and it was really quite nice. It was very simple, one pickup bass, wooden colored, small bass guitar for it was like a sixth grader. And I didn't get it. I told him where to order it, and he got one, and I played it and said, this is cool, And I kind of wanted one, but I already had,
You already had a couple basses.
Well, I have 3 bass guitars and 2 string basses. and basically there's a guy named Doug Thompson. He did a record called Basically Yours. He was a bass player. Basically Yours. But anyway, but anyway, so what I'm saying was I like the little bass, but I didn't have any use for it because I have a really nice Fender jazz bass that's made in California, and a very decent Mexican Fender jazz bass. The California one doesn't have any frets on it, and the other one, the Mexican one, does have frets. Then I have this monstrous 6-string bass that I've got, and I'm going to bring on the show. I might bring on the show next week for the special, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so I don't really need a bass, another bass, but now I was thinking, well, that would be an excuse to get one. I can have a piccolo bass, and I don't know. I should probably have a support group. Instead of a 12-step program, we'll call it a 12-tone program. Maybe Skopinski would like that joke. I don't know. We had a joke out here, Jim. It was I was talking about getting another bass guitar, and we're talking about having a 12-step program for guitar acquisition, but we call it a 12-tone program. I thought you'd like that one. So he has a degree in master's degree in composition. So.
Well, speaking of next week's show, we might remind our viewers that if they want to see you make this magic, Uptown Bill's Coffee House.
That's right, Uptown Bill's Coffee House. Next week, same time, 6 o'clock, or Tuesday. They have coffee, and I think they have tea. And ice cream. They have exotic soda pops. They had a pretty good carrot cake last time I checked, but... and then we have readers and other people. There we go. Before the show's over, I was playing with one of my students a little bit, and he loves The Last Waltz. There was about the band and Bob Dylan, and then he, like I said, he watches the video frequently. I mean, he loves that. So especially the Bob Dylan's "Forever Young," and then he was trying to play it, and so I figured it out, and then all of a sudden I knew this song, and I played it that night at the Tuscan Moon, and I see if I can play it now. It's kind of a nice song. next week upstairs at Uptown Bill's. Be there. Have some coffee. Maybe a bratwurst.